Hi guys, Scotty from MOOER here, checking in from Guitcon 2018 over at the MOOER PREAMP headquarters in Germany. We've been joined today by the incredible talent that is Mr. Pete Thorn.
Oh, you're too kind. Hi, nice to be here with you.
Nice to see you, Pete. How's
Pleasure.
things?
I'm good, man. Yeah, just like crazy. You know how it is. You've been here as long as me.
Yeah.
Shooting videos all week and editing and just that coupled with jet lag and fun and good times and the panel discussions and then the jams at night. It's long days, but it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I think we're having a really fun time and making new friends. And I get to see lots of cool new stuff, which you brought this thing, which it looks really fascinating.
Yeah.
The little preamp pedal, eh?
Yeah, sure. So Preamp Live, it lets you store lots of little digital preamps that we create inside one box, which you can take on the road. You can take it out and plug it into stuff, get all your best sound, you know.
Okay.
Without the need to take all your amplifiers with you.
Okay.
The thing that we're going to have a look at right now is something called tone capture.
Okay.
So tone capture, it lets you connect it with your amp at home.
Alrighty.
And you set it up so that the amp's in the effects loop.
Okay.
And we'll take a capture of that amplifier, and then you can store it inside of here. You can take your favorite amp out with you on the road without having the unnecessary carrying of an amplifier.
So like, let's say you had an amplifier, you know, my PT100 amp, it's a really versatile amp with a great effects loop in it.
Sure.
I could integrate this pedal to maybe add some sounds to that amp, like that, maybe like there's one thing that the amp, I will say, just sort of really doesn't do, although it does a lot. It does American style cleans, British style big stack kind of drive, great. But like an amp like this, an AC30 has kind of a very distinctive sound. It's a different sound, a different front end.
Yes.
So could I use something like this into my effects loop to add the sound of?
Well, yeah, interestingly enough, so this has an effects loop of its own.
Okay.
It has two modes.
Okay.
The standard mode is a serial effects loop.
Okay.
So perfect for putting in effects pedals.
Yeah.
It's also got an A/B mode.
Okay.
So if you connect this with your usual amplifier in A/B mode, you can assign the real preamp from your amplifier to any of the channels on here.
I see.
So then you can use both the real amplifier channels and you can use the digital amplifier channels.
Okay, so you can add some versatility to any amp.
Yeah, you can expand the vocabulary of any amplifier.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Right, so we're plugged into an AC30 here.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and do a tone capture.
Okay.
So what I've done, before we started filming, I've loaded in our AC30 digital model.
Okay.
And you've tweaked in the AC30 to get a sound that you like.
Yeah.
So let's quickly have a listen to the AC30 sound.
Okay, so this is the amp. And a good AC30 to me, this is kind of like where the tone lives, you know, sort of like that. It's just breaking up, it's right on the edge, and you could clean up by rolling down or turn up and rock and get that kind of. It would be great for that Taxman kind of thing, but also like, what about this? Maybe with a little more drive, but this would be another one I think of when I think of this sound. That kind of tone is a classic thing that I just, you know, EL84s when they're driving hard and stuff.
You can't beat a bit of Brian, mate.
Yeah, love it, love it. And I should mention, I'm using the normal channel on this amp with the bright switch on.
Okay.
And that's one of my favorite. I mean, really, there's only two things active. There's the volume control and the cut.
Yeah.
And that's it, and there's nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure Brian probably used the top boost input with a treble booster.
Sure.
No, Brian played normal, didn't he?
No, he used to use a treble booster, but he used to have one of them curly cables. So you lose a load of top and
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but normal channel, I think, cranked with a treble booster, right, was his thing.
I believe so.
We're using a normal channel with a bright switch on, which is but whatever.
Yeah.
AC30, EL84s.
That's it.
Shards of, what do they call it? The blizzard of nails.
That's it.
I was gonna say shards of glass.
Shards of glass,
but it's in a good way.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, hurt me.
So, so that was the amp.
Yeah.
So you've already also dialed in a sound which is pretty close.
Right.
With the digital preamp, right? So if I press this one here, we can hear the digital amp.
Okay. So then just to be clear, this is, we're running into the pedal and then running it into the effects loop. So now the effects loops, or the preamp and the amp switched out at this point.
Yes, so we're going into the same power amp section in the same speaker.
Okay.
We've just removed the preamp from the signal.
Okay, so here we go with the digital approximation of the AC30 preamp. Okay.
Okay, so there's the amp again. Okay, so we're going to run a tone capture of that. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to press this button here that's got a little capture thing underneath. And what you're going to see is the lights are going to go round like this. While they're doing that, what you need to do, just play on your guitar, and you want to play as many low frequencies, as many high frequencies as possible.
Okay.
And sometimes it works better than others, so we'll give it a go and see what happens. So I'll delete that one.
Okay.
Okay. You may want to play the same riff, maybe.
Yeah, should I just do that?
Yeah, so you ready to go?
Yep.
Okay. So now that this light stopped flashing, we know the tone capture's finished.
Okay.
So what we can do is now we can check again. So here's the amplifier. Here's the digital. And here's the digital with the tone capture.
Okay.
So the amp. Pretty close.
It sounds pretty close. There's less noise on the digital version.
Sure. Well, that's a bonus too.
That's probably a bonus. Yeah. That's interesting. Can you switch while I play?
Sure. Yeah. No problem. So here's the thing as well.
Yeah.
As you quite rightly said, you love to set this amp up nice and loud, get it working.
Yeah.
You can use your volume control on the guitar to turn down for nice and clean.
Yeah.
Turn up for smash it, you know.
Yeah.
So you can try that with a digital one too.
Okay.
Do you want to try with amp first or?
Up to you. Yeah.
Okay, let's try with amp first.
Okay. I noticed we probably set up the model with a bit more gain than the real amp, so that's probably affecting things a little bit too. In our new version of this, can we back the gain down a little bit?
Yes. So what we can do now.
Yeah.
So now we can switch on the tone capture to the channel by pressing this last one. This is active.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to go back. This is our normal operation mode.
Okay.
I'm going to save it, which will mean that the tone capture's on.
Okay.
So another nice thing is you can make tone captures for every channel on this, and then you can switch them on or off as well.
Okay.
So you can carry them with you, and you can use it with or without the tone capture. So now that we're back into the normal mode, with the tone capture switched on, you can edit all of these parameters here. So you've got gain, treble, middle, bass, and volume.
So I'm going to let you, while I play, can you go back to the amp and stuff now?
Sure.
Back and forth? Okay.
Go this way.
I'll let you tweak the tone capture specifically to maybe back the gain down a bit, and you can maybe try and match the real amp gain, which seems to be a little
Cool.
less.
Let's have a listen to the amp first then.
Okay.
Treble down a bit, maybe?
Yeah. Maybe not that much. Yeah, interesting. I don't hear it as being exactly the same, but I hear it as being a very close, and they're like two different versions of a very, it's like, almost there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it's almost like you just turn the gain up a little bit on the amp.
Sure,
or something like that, but it's really, really close.
We could take the gain back a little bit more if you want to try.
Yeah, maybe a hair.
Sure.
And then maybe bring the treble back up again.
Up a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, on the
digital one.
The digital. Okay.
And the nice thing is as well, you can still use our boosters and stuff which are built into.
Oh, okay.
So this has got a booster on the end, which can be pre or post.
Yeah.
And you can change that per channel. And you've also got a level control here. So for example, if we put it pre, it's before the preamp, so you can give it a little kick in the nuts, you know, from the front end.
Right, or you can just get louder, right?
Yeah,
More clean headroom.
Yeah, if you put it on post, it'll just be clean loudness. So
Yeah, nice.
nice for a little solo thing. And to switch that on and off while you're playing, you just press the same foot switch of the channel that you're on.
Okay.
So that would be on and that would be off.
Okay. So if I wanted to play my Taxman with it, it's off right now?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can switch it on. I'll play the solo.
Nice, man, nice.
You can hit the, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It
That's
puts a
fun.
little bit more under the fingers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that seems like a really, really useful pedal. I mean, it's going to lend a lot of flexibility to just about any amplifier. It's got an effects loop. I could really see the application if you're using something like, you know, a clean Hot Rod DeVille or something like that, and you want to make it try and sound close to like a rectifier or something.
Exactly.
Right?
I've got a little modified Hot Rod Deluxe at home.
Okay.
And I run it with the AB mode on the effects loop.
Right.
So you've got your nice Fender cleans,
Yeah.
you've got your nice UK style overdrives and stuff when you want it.
Yeah.
It's nice. You get everything in one little box.
That's pretty cool. So if you got a clean combo and you want to be able to add some, like, you know, pretty accurate raging distorted kind of stuff to an amp like that, which traditionally has kind of maybe like not the greatest drive channel for metal or whatever, right?
Sure.
You can do that with this. That's cool.
Nice thing as well, I mean, you can use it as a standalone unit.
Right.
It's got two main outputs on the back.
Okay.
It's got a jack output.
Okay.
And it's got an XLR output, which has also got a ground lift. And you see right on the front here, you've got a couple of little toggle switches for cab sims. So one thing I like to do is I like to run the main output to a power amp and a speaker, which is my backline on stage.
Yep.
And I put a couple of mics on there. And then I'll send the XLR direct to the desk with some IRs loaded in.
Okay.
And then you can mix them two sounds together. It's rich.
Yeah.
It's
So
nice.
you don't need a microphone if you don't want one.
No,
you know,
yeah,
you
it's
could-
just, you can go totally DI as well with it if you like.
Yeah, cool, cool. Well, that's great. Yeah,
Cool.
nice work. You guys are coming up with some interesting stuff.
Nice one, man. Well, I'll make sure I send you one of these out so you can have a little more play with it. Back at
Yeah,
home.
yeah. I'd love to interface it with my amps and see if there's some other. You know, the main thing for me, since I've got a great amp that's got great American style clean, British style drive covered, would be, you know, take a front end like this and see how close I can get to an AC30 sound coming out of the out of that amplifier. Maybe you know, some more like wacky stuff like Supros and Selmers and interesting, you know, and you can add those tones maybe to kind of augment what I've already got. That's
Another pretty cool thing you can do, I mean, you can pick a digital preamp on here which has got nothing to do with the amplifier that you're tone capturing.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can run a tone, so maybe you might load in some MOOER kind of preamp on here, and then tone capture it through the VOX, and it'll totally transform that to something completely brand new.
Right.
So you can get really experimental with it too, if you like.
Yeah, you could have you can basically sort of design your own amp that doesn't exist. That's interesting.
Which
Cool,
is
man.
fun. Yeah.
Well, nice work. Thanks for
Cool,
showing
no
me
problem.
this.
Well, thank you very much for trying it out, Pete.
You bet. I'll look forward to messing around with it more.
Excellent.
For sure.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll make sure that the tone capture Pete's just created will be available for you on the website shortly.
See ya.
See you later.